Hit it, Johnny.
Yeah, all right. Party people in the place to be. This is a brand new edition of Pink Buzz, and this is a very special one. We are doing our first live Kickstarter launch, and with one of our very special friends. Why don't you say hello, Mr. Richard A. Morgan?
Hey everyone. I mean that intro was killer. I'm speechless. I don't know how to follow that. Thanks for having me on the show again and to do a live launch. That's fantastic. Would you want me to go a bit into myself or just say hi?
Well, what are we doing here today? I mean, like, it's kind of an important day, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm so caught up in excitement of what I'm losing where I am. So we're launching issue 7 of the Blam Glam Kickstarter, which is going great guns. So many cool people backing, so many people making it a reality. It's insane. We say issue 7, we're 1 to 7. 1 to 6 still available. All these boxes you see behind me are just 1/4 of the spares that goes all the way around the room. I feel like an Amazon warehouse most days. So yeah, we're launching that. New figures, new rewards. We're doing something new on this Kickstarter as well, which I'm excited to see who's going to go for it. So yeah, that's us so far.
And I got the link for the Kickstarter in the description, and I also just posted in the chat. It'll bring you to this nice little page here until we go live. It goes live in just a couple minutes, and we will be counting down to that in just a little bit. But until then, yeah, Richard, like, what's going on with issue 7, man? Like,
so I think the story's getting crazier and crazier. I think 6 blows it wide open. No, I don't know. Amount of people, I don't know who's new to the comics that are following us, and who's been following it so far. There's so much going on now. We've really reached a high point. We're now with issue 7 is the lead to it's the penultimate issue. This is going to set up everything that's going to happen in 8, and 8 looks like it's going to be a double issue. So 8's going to be should be 48. It's going to be up to 48 pages. It'll be more than the 24 we usually get. But 7 is going to, all the cliffhangers we leave you on, like the issue 6 cliffhanger, which is quite big. We now need to start really opening up who she is. I mean, this whole story of Blam and Glam is she wakes up, she doesn't know who she is. She's in the middle of a London that's completely desolated, it's completely wiped out, and has to deal with all this stuff. She has to meet these crazy people, go up against these crazy demons and robots, and get to where she is now. And you see, I know you've all three of you have read issue 6. That it's so, it's so different to 1 in terms of the way it's gone now. We're finally revealing those things that have been there since the beginning. So yeah, 7's I think it's a milestone.
Yeah, so people that are just joining in and haven't backed the Blam and Glam book before, this is the launch party for issue 7, like Richard said. And like Richard said, this is going to be an 8-issue series. So this is like the before last issue. And in the backing, you can back, if you haven't caught the beginning, it's no problem. Richard has a backing tier where you can do a catch-up tier. You can get all issues 1 through 7. So don't be worried if you haven't caught the beginning. You can catch the whole series by backing at this Kickstarter campaign. So that's not an issue. You can get caught up right there with the catch-up tier.
And the great thing is they're all still in first printing. So, don't worry, you're going to get a second printed version. Actually, they're all still first printed. We've got each of the covers. So I've done it the wrong way around. I'm using on the mirror mode. So, issue 1, 2, you see more of that character. 3, 4, and these are just the standard covers, which I do and I enjoy doing. And that was 6. which was, Blam and Glam is this craziness of an upside down world almost in terms of a character. Wow, that light's bright.
Yeah.
But we also have plenty of opportunities to get, like, we've got I always do a red cover. So this was the red for 6. So the red cover is always the more premium cover. This was a collaboration with an artist I know, with a model and cosplayer on Kickstarter, and we worked together on this. So I painted it based on her photo. She wasn't in cosplay, but we painted it up that way. And then we also do. It's been quite popular since issue 5. Bang Bez's yellow covers. So if I do the standard and the reds, Bang Bez does the yellows, and other artists going forwards might be other colours. We'll stay tuned on that bit.
Yeah, cool. So every issue has a variant red, or did you start that right from the beginning, or was that
Yeah, it was right from the get-go. We did a variant red, so there was always that to choose from. And we tried a couple of experiments with the variant red. Sometimes there'll be there was a virgin version, there was an underwear version, and then there was like a nude version. The reds and the yellows always come in. They also come in a nude variant as well for people, which are they go quite fast. They're quite collectible. And it's just it's a cool way of getting a number of options out there for people. I mean, Bang Bez has been doing it since issue 5.
Okay. They do the yellow variant, right?
Yeah, they do the yellow covers.
Yeah.
And I love Bang Bez's work. It was amazing. I remember reaching out to him early on and saying, "Hey, would you mind doing a cover?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd love to." So there's always a lot of energy when I meet people and I ask them about doing covers. They're all, they're all excited. That's what I love. It's mad. I'm sorry. I'm always blown away that they want to do it.
Cool. I mean, your book is absolutely gorgeous. Like Mr. Two Stone Review said, these covers are gorgeous. If you love them covers, you're gonna love the entire comic because like the whole book looks like that. I mean, it's got just this wonderful Sienkiewicz inspired style, like a little John J. Muth in there too. Like kind of reminds me of a couple of 90s guys a lot, which I'm a 90s guy myself, so yeah. Really,
I mean, Bill Sienkiewicz is a massive influence, same as Ashley Wood. When Ashley Wood does his painted stuff, I'm blown away. That's the stuff I love as well. So both them. I mean, anytime I see a Bill Sienkiewicz, I really wish I could draw a paint like him. And it's just amazing.
Did you see that Anderson that he did? Like that looks like Olivia Thirlby from the movie with Judge Death behind her. Man,
yeah, that was brilliant. I love that one. Yeah. Because I love that movie as well. I think that's such a cool movie. But yeah, he really nailed her likeness in that. It was so cool. But it's funny because you talk about the painted stuff. Originally, I didn't know what to do. I know we talked about this on the first show, I think it was, what I did. And it was the style, originally, I was going to do like an ink style with duotone colours in it. And I just couldn't crack it. And I was talking to one of my friends. And he said, "Why are you doing that?" He said, "You do this painted style. Why not do the comic as painted?" And I went, "Blimey, yeah, never considered it." And then all of a sudden, it's the best thing ever because I've been able to crack out and make it happen. So, yeah.
Well, it gives it
the Aeon Flux. Yeah, I love Aeon Flux.
Yeah.
Not the film. Not the film.
No, anyone from the 90s loved that animation, I think. That was a part of growing up. If you're a teenager or a young adult in the 90s, Aeon Flux became a part of your culture and just the media you consumed, right? So,
and I'd love to get to a point where we do like maybe a future Kickstarter, an animation of Blam and Glam. It might even be like a 5-minute pilot or something. Hey, Craig.
Yeah. What is up? Craig Patton is in the house.
Craig, because Craig sent me Killtopia 1 and 2, and I went straight from Killtopia 1. I love that. It's amazing.
Good stuff. Yeah, right?
I wanted to get straight into 2, but because of getting prepared for this launch, I've had to sort of stop everything else. But yeah. I definitely read 1 before we got in on that.
Yeah. So in the beginning, each Kickstarter, you almost like doubled from one to the other. Your first two made pretty good, and then it doubled. You're hitting some pretty good marks, and then on issue 5, it just exploded, right?
Yeah.
Your Kickstarters, man, your funding is phenomenal. So did you ever think when you started this that you'd be here today at issue 7 with the amount of funding you get for each book?
No, it's funny because I almost derailed my own approach. Originally I was going to do an 8-chapter graphic novel, and I'd spend 2 years drawing it and then launch on Kickstarter, and thank Christ that I did the Kickstarter sketchbook, because that taught me you build your audience and then you release one issue at a time. So I never knew it'd get anywhere like this. I was like, who's going to read the comic? No idea. Will it be popular? So it is mind blowing the way it's gone. I don't want to tempt fate because it's every odd number, it seems to jump up. Even if we don't say double, it jumps up. And if it jumped up for 7, oh my god, it'd be insane.
Yeah, because you're hitting some pretty impressive numbers as it is now. So,
yeah. But if I said this to the younger me, the me that was trying to do comics back in '92, he wanted to be Jim Lee and could never be anything near as good as as Jim Lee.
You're better.
And then did it, in the past, really this past 4 years, starting this journey with this journey. I hate that. Starting this whole process with Blam Glam. Never imagined it could be where it is now. So I'm like, my mind is blown.
We have people slowly trickling into the chats, getting ready for the launch in about 15 minutes from now. So you want to go ahead and explain? We're going to be drawing some prizes. Everyone who backs the book will get a number. You'll get a backer's number, and that number will be put on a spinning wheel that will draw prizes. So if you go and back the book once it goes live, we'll be spinning a wheel shortly after it goes live. So everyone who gets in there and backs the book, the winning number will correspond to your backer's number. So if your backer number 4, we spin it, hits number 4, you're the winner because your backer number is 4. So it corresponds to your backer's number. And Richard has all that at his fingertips. So, he knows who's what. And so we'll spin the wheel a little later. We'll let people keep trickling in. And once it goes live, man, we'll get that wheel out and we'll start giving away some prizes. And we'll let Richard tell you what he has in store for giveaways for all you people.
Before Richard does that, I just dropped a link in the chat again. So if you haven't, get ready to go into the Kickstarter page and back as soon as it goes live, because you're going to want a good number. But
hoping to get backer 1 again. That's the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Is that I didn't get it last time. But I'm also Googling what's the best number to get chosen for a giveaway.
On your show, man, on the last one that you guys did, it seemed to be the later numbers. It was so that's
why I'm like, maybe I should hesitate over the click button.
Don't.
That's the thing we say to them. You can, if the later numbers work better, go later. But the problem is, in the earlier numbers, you got more chances of winning.
Yeah.
As the prizes go, the numbers go up, right?
True.
So the earlier on you have, your percentage of winning is higher, right? So
that's just me hyping myself up to not get number 1.
Anyone who ends up being number 1, their comic is always signed. This is the very first issue.
Right? There you go.
And they're the first person that's the official first issue, Well,
I'll pay extra for this is not the first issue.
You should have the model you do that helps you for the covers, and have her wear lipstick and give a kiss to the first backer. Put a lipstick kiss on the cover with your signing, right? That'd be pretty cool.
That's solicitation. I don't know if that's
But it'd have to be like that non-smudge lipstick, because put it in and out of the bag, it'll start smudging.
I mean, every Kickstarter, I always reach out to a couple of artists who I love on Instagram and on Twitter, and I'll say, look, I'd love to get an A5 size art piece, and they become the giveaways in the main Kickstarters. They'll be like stretch goals. But I found I actually booked quite a lot of people, so we're going to use 3 of those art pieces in this session. So that way, we've got an amazing piece by James Edward Clark. And you'll see him. He's posted about these sorts of things recently. What's amazing about James's work is on the back is another drawing.
Oh,
so I
damn.
don't know if he sort of changed his mind.
Yeah.
I love that. So that's so cool. So that's that's going to be the first giveaway.
Go hit him up on Instagram because he does commissions like a madman and extremely affordable, man. James Edward Clark is a great follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
Tales to Enlighten, James Edward.
Yeah.
And then we got Piers, who always does these amazing. It's always like a take on Blam Glam, which is slightly zombie-like, which is quite cool. I always love that. It's a totally different take on that. So that's quite
another great follow on Instagram. He does a lot of zombie-themed characters. Like his Calvin and Hobbes one was fantastic. Yeah. And then Paul Leon, who I know, always does cool art for me. In fact, he's done another one on an actual cover. He took I think it might be an issue 5 blank cover, and he did a piece. So that might be one of the Kickstarter giveaways we do, like on Kickstarter as a stretch goal. But yeah, that's one of these pieces he did. So we've got 3 cool pieces there to give away. We're going to do a couple of drawings live in chat, and then I'll give away those as well. And then the last one is going to be, and I think we're saying as we draw the numbers, we're going to take people's numbers out to make it fair for everyone. Yeah.
Except when we draw the big piece, which is towards the end, which is going to be to get the second Blam and Glam figure. It's in this protective case. You can take it out of the case. They always ship in these. I always do that to keep it protected. And that is the second figure we produced, which is on a 2-back. I love the Star Wars theme. So whenever I talk about things, like the first figure was a 1-back, this is the 2. The new one's got 3 on it. So that's the one we're going to give away. But we'll put all the numbers back in, I think you said, for that, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think we'll give everyone a shot to win that because those are pretty exclusive items that you make. So those are pretty unique to have. So I think we'll give everybody a shot, regardless if you've won something. Everyone's name back in the hat. And if you want that action figure of Glam, I mean, they're beautiful figures too. I mean, are they all hand painted by you?
Yeah, so on the standard ones, these are the standard ones that are made by Retro Gimmick. So he makes them, he prints them all, paints these the standard ones. For the bespoke ones, there's like a reward, just like a bit more expensive. He sends me black. It's quite a good way of doing it. So that way they're even more limited.
Yeah, fantastic. So, like, remind everyone, you go back the book, your backing number becomes the number that is entered to win a prize. And at the end, when we do the figure, regardless if you've won, you get your name back. Not your name, but your number back on the wheel. And at the end, the last prize will be that figure, and everyone will get a shot at it again. So a beautiful prize, man. When you told me you were gonna put one of those up for one of the giveaway prizes, I was like, "Holy shit, that's awesome!" So if I win it, it's not rigged. It's not.
I did a surprise drop for Adrian Cleric. When he got his issue 6, he didn't know there was a special package coming his way.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me. He mentioned it. He mentioned it to me that he's like, oh man, I got one of those Blam and Glam figures. I was like, oh, you bastard, man. I was pretty jealous. Yeah.
Well, he has such an amazing collection of figures, and I thought if ever I could be on someone's wall, it's But I tell you that unit you got behind you, Joe, that looks amazing. I feel like I'm in a comic store well,
I got all and when you back Richard's books, man, he gives you a bunch of prints
and stickers.
Stickers, bookmarks, you name it, man. He fills that box up with a bunch of so if you like all those little extras like prints, art prints and stuff like that, I mean, it's fantastic. And you have another tier in your backing that's be in the comic tier.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the way you do that is incredibly impressive because Elle and I had both make an appearance in the book in issue 4 and issue 6. Johnny makes an appearance in issue. Which issue is Johnny? 4,
4 and
Is he
5.
4 and 5. So Al and I are in 4 and 6. We're in pretty much all the same pages together. And what's fantastic is you send like that's a production. Yeah, the Gigle, like, I mean, beautiful print, right? Like, this is the comic, and that's, you get that print of the page you're on. Fantastic stuff. I mean, when I got that, I was blown away. I was like,
for sure.
that is amazing.
And like, I don't have any framed pictures of myself in my house, like my kids and stuff, but me. So let me go ahead and get this framed.
So, and sent a blown up print too, which is pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
What I love is that when I did be in the comic, like the first time Be in the Comic happened was issue 2, and it was people who could be on a missing persons board.
Yeah,
which is actually quite important. There's a Easter egg in the missing persons board, so I don't know if anyone ever found it, but some people pay to be in. Some people pay to be in there. Then in the 3rd issue, some people pay to be demons that have been, like, they had the demon face blown off to reveal. We're not almost Darth Vader, Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker. You know, when you reveal the person underneath. And then 4 was resistance fighters. And then I was a little bit disappointed in myself because I thought, hey, everyone wants to be a resistance fighter, but they didn't get any action. So I then recontacted anyone who was a resistance fighter and said, you can come back in 6 if you'd like to go out in a blaze of glory, and pretty much everyone went. And it was, that part was free. They didn't have to pay to be in the comic again. I went, you'll get a second appearance.
It's okay. I'm just flat iron my hair for the next one, so I could be a different character.
Do you come back as your twin sister?
Yeah. Change my hair up a little bit.
I'll grow a big ass beard and shave my head.
or is this where I enter Columbo territory? You know, the way like Patrick, was it Patrick McGee? No, it wasn't. I can't remember who it was. The one who played the prisoner. You know, and he comes back as 3 different characters, but he's clearly the same person.
So Johnny, this is a good segue. Did you want to maybe we put together a few, like, ask some people for favors to send us some videos that you're friends with, and I made the video for just for our appearance, seeing as how Elle and I were in issue 4, then we were in issue 6, but sadly we met our demise in issue 6. So I put together a little video here. We'll have Johnny play it for you. So.
I love that.
So yeah, Elle and I are dead. Spoilers. We don't make it to the end of the series.
although something I'm toying with, if you're dead in the comic, it doesn't mean you're dead in the comic.
Oh, there you go.
It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I put that together. I thought it'd be fun to do a little in memoriam for Elle and I, who you won't be seeing our ugly mugs. Well, my ugly mug. Elle's got a beautiful. Elle's
threw me under the bus.
Elle's a beautiful woman, but you won't see my ugly mug in it anymore.
I'm telling you, we just gotta go incognito. We just gotta switch it up a little bit, resubmit.
I think Johnny, you were in 4 and 5.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so Johnny will next make an appearance in issue 8, but it's completely under wraps. So, but I think it's going to be quite cool. So yeah,
I think we're getting a glam outfit on Johnny.
And that big reveal is Johnny was glam all along. Yeah. Yeah.
I meant to say, Seven Hertz Research is on the chat, and that's Rue, who does the music on Blam and Glam, and a number of the projects that we've done before, and they're just, the work they do is just amazing, and and we've got an interesting thing coming up potentially in 8 as well, but yeah, we're going to keep that under wraps at the moment, and then that might be an amazing announcement now.
The messed up thing is I originally asked Richard to kill me in the comic. I asked him if he was going to give me in a full car accident if I could get wrapped around a steering wheel, and he's like, "Oh, maybe later, mate." And the next thing I know, he's killing Joe and Elle, and like I guess I'm technically dead too. I don't know. Because apocalypse happened after I was driving a car, so I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm looking forward to when you actually read 8 and you see that, when you see what's coming. I think that could potentially be quite cool. So yeah, but
all right. So just gonna give all the folks a heads up. We're about 5 minutes out from the campaign going live. So in a few minutes, pretty soon, we're keeping an eye on the clock. So we'll let you all know when it goes live. We'll have the links in the chats. Johnny just posted the link again, and we'll let you know when to go check out that launch page to have it switch to go live. And you'll all be able to get in there and back the book to put your name in the hat to win a prize. So once we get closer, we'll put this page up and you'll be able to see when it goes live, and we'll let the backers roll in, and then we'll start drawing some prizes.
Cool.
And you're speaking about of Adrian before, how you sent him a prize. Well, Johnny, we have a little something from Adrian for you, Richard.
Wow.
Richard, greetings from the Commonwealth of Canada. I just wanted to say congratulations on Blam and Glam 7. That is a massive achievement, especially as someone who does it all. So I'm just sending you this video message in my car, like a drug dealer, and I just want to say I'm very proud of you, proud to know you, and it's one of the most gorgeous indie books out there, and I'm so looking forward to reading this. So well done, my friend. Congratulations, and we will talk to you soon. Okay, Joey, Johnny, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
god, that's so good. Oh my gosh.
We reached out to a few friends of the show, and we'll pepper a few of these in as we go along. So
they're going to get a box of tissues.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who is it who made people cry? Barbara Walters. She's not around, right? She's not around anymore. So we're going to become the new.
But she
Barbara
did it in
Walters.
a mean way, right?
Did she?
It was like
we're gonna do it in a nice way. We're gonna bring creators on. We're gonna make you sob like little babies, and that's gonna be our stick. That's gonna be our angle.
Cry until you put us back in the book.
Yeah.
It's time. I've got my finger on the button.
Is it time?
Yeah.
All right. So let us know when you click that button.
Okay, I'm going to count down now. So 3, 2, 1, launched, and let's see if it refreshes, or if you. Oh, there we go.
And are we live?
Live on my end. Try
So
refreshing your one. There you go.
So we're live?
We're live. Oh my god.
We are live. All right, guys, get in there. Go back the book. Get your number on that wheel so we can give away some cool prizes. Yes.
All right, what number am I, Richard? I'm gonna go back and change my pledge right now, but what? I just pledged a sticker, dude.
Oh no! Once you change, even if you change your pledge, you're still the same number.
No, I know. That's why I'm like, what number am I? I pledged a sticker real quick so
I can tell you. Hang on, Kickstarter. So I'm just going to go into the.
Holy shit! We're already at 64%, and it's been live for.
Jeez, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's
Last time
see.
it funded in 5 or 6 minutes.
5 or 6 minutes. Here we go. Issue 7.
Just back.
There we-
All right.
Yeah. So everyone, get in there. Go.
Somebody just number 8 got it to 666.
Oh, the magic number. Yeah.
How many have you got so far, backers, Richard? So I can get
It
the
says
link up.
9 now. I'm just going into the backer data. Actually, I don't even need that. I can go into dashboard. Dashboard, I think it is. That's it. We're done. Well, I say we're done. It's funded. It's 1020
Oh, that's
already.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my
There
god!
we go. Congratulations. Congratulations.
How many minutes was that? Like 2, 3?
That's bananas.
That was 2 minutes. No, it says yeah, it was 2 minutes.
But I mean, your initial funding goal is like you kept the same funding goal right from the start, right? More or less.
Yeah.
Like you never increased it. You always left it at the same funding goal, and which is pretty much a moot point at this point because like with the numbers you've done it. I mean that's just an arbitrary number that you put in there because I mean your book's been doing gangbusters, and I can't see it slowing down. I mean, from one book to the next, you've gained followers, you've maintained momentum from one issue to the next. So, man, congratulations. Well deserved. Can't wait to see what the final number is this time around. Hopefully, you'll get to smash your last funding mark. We'll keep our fingers crossed for you because, I mean,
He's also kept the prices the same too, which is always good. He has never kind of jacked that up.
Yeah. So I was just reading the comment on there. There was it's when I'm reading comments from the Kickstarter as well, and it's cool because there's some people coming back who missed 6. And
Oh, I'm backer number 1. I'm backer number 1.
Are you backer number 1?
I am. I got the email.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you are. Yeah.
Let's see. I think if you go and manage, if you manage your pledge, I think in there it gives you the info as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
EJ.
you could either, yeah.
EJ, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it's funny because EJ and JE. EJ is 1 and JE is 2.
That's my burner account. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, I always set it as 1,000 because I say, look, if there's ever a moment where the thing dies off and it never hits an amount, then I go, that's the time to bow out on that comic. Or, but I think it's a way to have that be a constant. So how even though it's like £1,000, how many people come back to do it, which I think increases the speed of it. It blows me away at any time.
Jonathan,
I'll beat you to the
yes, sorry.
I'll beat you to the punch.
He got it.
She
last
was ready.
Time. I was. I was like, please go through. Please go through.
All right, so let's drop that link back down there, Johnny, for people, because letting everyone know the campaign is live now. People can hit the link, go back the book. For people that might have come in late or popping in and out, if you haven't read the first 6 issues, that is not a problem at all. There is a backing tier where you can get all 7 issues in one tier. So
at a good price.
Book,
$35 for all
7 issues, which is very reasonable, fantastic. So, man, if you want to get in on this, it's never too late. Go get that backup tier, catch-up tier, and, man, you'll be set to go. And, Richard, I got to say, I'm so happy for you. It's nice to see great things happen to nice people, and I've got to say, you're one of the kindest fellows I've ever met, one of the nicest guys we've ever had on the show, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. And so happy to have you back on the show. It's been long overdue. You came on about a couple years ago, and just haven't been able to get the timing right? So
Also, one of the best all around Kickstarters too. Like your books come out promptly. You have a really fast turnaround. You're always back with a new book. But above all that, the packaging, man. The way you send your packages out, it's beautiful. I wish more people took that initiative and put that much tape and cardboard on everything, man. Because I just know my books are safe when they're coming from Richard.
Yeah, he puts a corrugated plastic board, man.
Oh yeah, so that's
you put it in between that and you know.
That's on like the A3 prints and things like that. Absolutely, I want them to arrive pristine. But even the regular comics, yeah. I mean,
even take the time to put a sticker with the cross on it. I mean, little details like that are always appreciated by people that love this medium, right? It's just little touches like that you appreciate. So fantastic. He goes the extra mile, people. He always goes the extra mile.
If you back the base book, you get all the goodies. He's not one of those guys that like, oh, hey, if you want the bookmark, you're going to have to give me $5 extra. If you want the sticker, that's $2. No, like you get all that stuff. Like it's like a classic Kickstarter still. You know what I mean? Like I love this guy's campaigns.
It's like you guys have out in the States and Canada, you have Gemini book covers, don't you?
Yeah.
Then,
we have a fellow Canadian that feels the pain I feel from shipping. I feel your pain because Richard has a PDF digital tier as well. So I'm pretty sure you could get all the books as in PDF format. So you don't have to miss out if you think shipping, which I agree is incredibly expensive these days. So, I mean, you want to back a book, the shipping costs more than a comic now when you back a book on crowdfunding. So I completely feel your pain and understand, but that's why now I myself personally back 90% of the books I back on Kickstarter, I go with the digital tier. So I appreciate creators that put those PDF tiers in there because it allows someone like me and like my fellow Canadian over here to read these books without having to pay $20-$30 for a single floppy. So, man, if you like digital, back the digital tier, man. There's no reason to miss out on this unless you're a purist and you think digital's the devil. Well, then sorry. But I can't help you more than
but even
that.
Even with that, like still, you're getting a lot for your money, even after paying for shipping.
If you do the catch up, yeah.
Well, even without that, like the random prints, the more successful it is, the more stuff you get. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I always also with the shipping because I mean the amount of times I've been put off a comic where it's like I paid $20 for the comic, fantastic, and the shipping's like $35, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
Like with ours, if you buy one comic, I think the new issue is £9 and the shipping is $6 internationally, 6 or 7. But that gets you tracked airmail and it's fast and it's packaged quite well. It's a box that's quite close to. Like Gemini, I always make sure we got reinforced edges so it trying to arrive the best possible way. But even the and I know it's I think the 7 issues to buy physically is £35. International shipping is because of the weights is currently on 25. That's the only thing that's a bit of a pain, just because it gets so heavy. There are, there's things I'm trying to look at to try and find a way to make it cheaper, but unfortunately it's the weight of those. But at least I tried to down price the comics so they weren't so expensive in those. So, but yeah, it's hard, and I mean I try and make sure it's affordable as much as possible. So, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. So I mean, you have options, right? As a backer, you give people options to not you don't want people to miss out because they're on a budget. So I mean, there's options. You have digital. You have, and if you're like this crazy collector that likes, you could go and do like the big tiers with the figure and all that stuff. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of something for everyone and all the different tiers here. So just go and browse through the tiers, and you'll probably be able to find something that'll satisfy your appetite when it comes to your budget as well. So go check it out. Back the book.
Richard's an absolute gent. Like when my cat Una passed away, he painted me this beautiful portrait of her, man. It made me cry. Like Richard really is a notch above the rest when it comes to creators and being cool with their fans.
So before, when did you want to start spinning that wheel, Johnny?
As soon as I find out how many backers Richard's got, man. Number
Okay,
up here, so I can get it set up.
I'll say if you give it 3 minutes, I'll tell you, because we're currently at 17 backers, but if we give it a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We could roll another clip, Johnny, for Richard. Which who do we got up?
Just before I do that, I've just started sketching one of the pieces.
Oh,
so I'm just
nice.
going to turn it into an ink drawing.
So Richard's starting to do his sketch work. Awesome.
Since Richard's doing a sketch, let's do a video of a beautiful sketch.
Yeah.
What's message from our buddy Schlepsig.
I just wanted to congratulate Rich Morgan on his new Kickstarter for Blam Glam, one of the most fun heroines ever to draw.
So Sam didn't want to. He said nobody wants to see my ugly mug. So he said I'll send an encouragement and congratulations by drawing a sketch of Glam. So that's Sam Blanchard.
So
yeah, Schlepsig sent that in.
I need to buy that off him. I need to put it in a frame that's going on the wall.
Yeah, well, he hasn't posted on socials yet. He's been holding off because he wanted it to be a surprise for you. So he'll probably be posting it up on socials tonight after the show. Yeah.
Oh, that's
just watching him cook though, man. Like he did that all in one go.
Yeah.
Like, man, he is
his skills are insane. I look at that and I go, like me, I'm like pencil, then I start inking. He's just like straight out the bat, and even drawing the typography. That's amazing. That's what I love about that stuff. Sam's amazing.
Yeah. Sam. So another person that wanted to send you some thanks and encouragements and much more success in the future to come. So thank you to Sam Blanchard, aka Schlepsig. We really appreciate you contributing to the show today, and we'll definitely be in touch with him throughout the near future.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We are at 19 backers, so let's call 19 on this first one.
Okay, here, let me get that set up then.
Go ahead and put 1 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna set the wheel up. Johnny's gonna spin it momentarily. He's just getting it set up with the number of backers. So we'll spin that wheel. We'll see which backer. What's the first prize? Is it your sketch you're drawing at the moment?
No, we're gonna do James Clark's double whammy.
Oh yes, a beautiful piece. Yes. All right.
I always don't want to let it go. It's so good. I don't want to let it go. But we've got to. It's so cool.
Johnny, what speed do you have it on? Should I do the monkey as it's spinning just to give a dramatic or
if you want to, I don't see why not. I mean,
all right, just to make it like maybe it's funny, or let me know if it's annoying in the chat. Say like kill the fucking monkey, right? So all right, Johnny, go ahead and spin the wheel, Johnny.
Oh, I thought that was one of you making it sound earlier.
Yeah, he's spinning me.
Lucky 19.
All right. 19.
You motherfuckers.
So I'll know who 19 is. If they're in the chat here, if they're one of our people here, then I'll call out the names. I think it's data protection. So, oh no, hang on. I'm not going to know if they are because of the names. Actually, it's a name. It's an alias anyway. Legend of Lore. Whoever is Legend of Lore, they're the ones who have that.
So, Legend of Lore. Backer number 19. You've won the James Edward Clark piece of Glam. A beautiful piece. Mm-hmm. James's work is fantastic.
I'm handwriting 19 on here, so I know. Okay. And it's on a little piece of paper on the plastic sheet, so that way.
Perfect.
They are good. That's an amazing piece.
So those will be included with their packages when you send
correct.
fulfillment for the
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So don't worry, you'll get your prizes once Richard fulfills the campaign. He sends out his fulfillments. He'll include your prizes with your books when they get sent out, which shouldn't be too long because, like we said, Richard's pretty efficient when it comes to fulfilling his campaigns. So you won't have to wait too long.
I'd love to get even faster. I think this is the downside of, like all of us here. It's the day job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Mm-hmm.
I've got to admit, I've got a pretty phenomenal day job. The stuff we're doing is amazing, and they're two big things that play really nice in my life at the moment: the side hustle and day job. But it'd be nice to see if there's a way to do these more and quicker. So just sketching up a couple bit more. So this is the basic inking. I'm just going to start putting in some tones and stuff, and then I'm going to start putting in some.
I would love it if you decide to do a one shot with just the black and white.
Yeah,
that
would be really cool. I quite like that idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, just do a one shot. I love your ink work, man. Your line drawings with the inks, fantastic stuff.
The issue 5 had a black and white panel in it.
Panel,
and it was interesting because there's a significance to this that will come up later. About the panel. Yeah, it'll be good to do an entire story like it. That'd be so cool.
It's good stuff. Fantastic.
I know for me, one of my favorite pages is in issue 3. When she's, is it on issue 3? It is. When her body is just giving up, and she's like, "Time to go to sleep," and I'm like, you know what? Felt.
Relatable.
She's laying down, and she's just time to.
In the back of the van.
Yeah, you know what? That's how I feel every day. You know what? There's a certain part in the day, usually around afternoon. my body just gives up, and my kids know, leave her alone. Just let her be.
It's shout out because
Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Thanks for coming in, supporting us. It's always nice to have you in the chats. So she's one of our friends. She comes on sometimes and often in the chat supporting us. So it's always appreciated. So shout out to Tara. And Dirty Saint's been here for a little while. I saw him post a few times. That's Elle. What you have something with Dirty Saint, don't you? You have
yes, we have a podcast. Here we connect.
Yeah.
We've had some people on. We've had Tara and Dean, and don't listen to the Dean episode unless you want to be put on a watch list, and some other people. It's just a lot of fun.
So some friends coming in to support the show, support Richard, which is always awesome. Gotta hand it to the community. We're part of a great community here on socials and on Kickstarter. So love the support that everyone shows each other, and it's always appreciated. And let's keep it going, guys, because good people backing other good people's books is always a win in my books.
Because I think I found you and Schlepzig at the same time, Richard and Schlepzig, and I love both of your guys' work.
I think I came across Schlepzig. I think it was through one of the interviews. Was it on Pink Buzz?
Probably.
For me, it was for sure.
Possibly.
Pink Buzz,
yeah. And then immediately
you guys have been together on the show before, right?
Schlepzig's been on a couple times, but never with Richard. No.
Okay.
He was on with Aaron Reese and Adrian once.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was the Adrian one.
Because I remember being on with both, but I just can't remember in what context.
Oh, there was one where it was an open discussion. Do you remember?
Okay, because I
was like a free-for-all episode.
Vaguely remember.
That's the box of wine was hitting hard that night.
That was a wine box night.
Was it when Xmas Machina was on?
I don't remember being on with Steve.
Because we had Steve and Misty on. That was a Christmas episode. So, no, that
Okay.
was me, Joe, and them.
But you were on the House of Nerds with. I was with you, Elle. I came and co-hosted that time, and Richard was on along with. I can't remember the name. Is it Saltaire or I can't remember, but I remember that episode that Richard was on because, yeah. But
I remember, but I don't remember. There was somebody else on.
There was three. We had three creators on that time.
Oh yeah. Oh, let me tell you, I don't drink on Sunday mornings, but I don't remember.
But Saturday night is a completely different.
Yes, that's different. I for sure remember Richard, but I you're right. We did have like 3 people on, and I can't.
Yeah.
For the life of me.
Yeah, Chuck. It was Chuck something.
Oh yeah, Chuck Satterley and.
Yeah, Chuck. That's it. Chuck Satterley. I was trying to remember his last name. Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember Chuck.
Oh, his artist, Jeremy Meagart, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one I was thinking of was when it was the writer and the artist on, I think it's Xmas Machina, and they were saying they were launching. She was saying she was launching a new comic.
And I said, that was Misty Graves.
Yeah, and I said, you know to reach out to your first backers with the new comic, and it's like, oh yeah. And she said, I've never done that, never thought of doing that before. And it's like, yeah, you're building on your existing ones. So just reach back to your audience through DM. Oh, not through DM, through a project update. By the way, we've fulfilled and here's the new project. And it's a good way to keep building up that audience.
I missed a perfect segue from the first prize from James Edward Clark, but we have another creator that came on to leave a little message for you, Richard. So, hey, Johnny.
Has something to do with day jobs too, since we were talking about that a minute ago.
Yeah, exactly. So a double say.
Matt King, writer and ringmaster of Tales to Enlighten. I want to say shout out to Richard Morgan for his Blam Glam #7 on Kickstarter now, baby.
Brilliant. Oh my god, my vertigo kicked in then.
Matt King sending a message. Yeah, Matt King sending a message from the roofs. Where he's a roofer. So also the writer of a fantastic book, Tales to Enlighten. So
love Matt. I've usually got Tales to Enlighten on the shelf right here, but the shelf started collapsing, so I had to put them in tubs. But
it was probably because of Tales to Enlighten, that damn phone book.
It's a massive book.
Yeah. So Matt is the writer of Tales to Enlighten, and the first volume was drawn in its entirety by James Edward Clark. So, yeah. So,
and it's a fantastic package. I love it. I'm just waiting on the second one to arrive. I can't wait for that.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Matt. And thanks, all these messages. Oh my god, I'm just going to end up with jaw ache from smiling. So, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just drawing some touches from sort of classic Marvel. You know the way whenever there's like smoke and it's sort of these random shapes with some tentacles. I'm thinking that's the one thing I did learn from Jim Lee.
Yeah. So I mean, just look at that. You can't tell me an inked like a one shot in that style, man. People would eat that up. Mm-hmm. Your painterly style is awesome. I love it, but I'm also a big fan of these black and white comics. I mean,
I love a good black and white heavy ink.
It might be, it might be nice that it's like an in between because issue 8 episode. Look at me, I'm a TV program. Oh my god. Issue 8 is going to be the conclusion of season 1, right? But it's going to set up season 2. But I'm wondering actually if I then went into, instead of going straight into the next season, if number 9 was a one-shot single story in the black and white style, that could be quite nice. There might be something quite cool about that, which then enables me to build momentum for the next bit. So it might be a nice way to be chapter breakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. So you're going to continue right away with the story. You're not going to, I don't know, flirt with the idea of maybe doing something else. You're going to continue going on with Blam and Glam right away
Yeah.
after 8. You're going to continue the story.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, because there's actually two ways I can. That's nice. I like that one, Matthew. There's like printed backwards and grab images. Yeah, there's two ways Blam and Glam could go after season 1, and I think I need to carry on into season 2, which is where you carry on the story. But at some point, either season 2 or season 3 will be. I don't quite know exactly where I'm going to go with yet, but season 2, or it might extend into season 3, is the continuation of the story as we keep going. But there's an opportunity to do a backstory of Glam, which will be a very different comic. It can still be painted and quite beautiful, and you'll recognize her, but the content is different because it starts to tie into some of those glimpses we're seeing of
the flashbacks. Yes,
the flashbacks. And so you can start to join up that pre-bit, which would mean a completely not suitable for work comic. I mean, this is adult, but this is completely not suitable for. I think it'll be able to, it'll let me play with a different story theme, still using the same characters. I haven't thought about a next project to do beyond Blam and Glam yet, because there's two I could play with from a couple of years ago where I was coming up with a TV film idea back around the time of Lost, and I thought I had quite a nice idea. So it could be that, or it could be a film script that I wrote, which was awful in the late 90s. But there's a premise in it that might be quite interesting if I can translate it into something a bit more modern. So, yeah.
Oh,
we'll see.
Philly Phil's in the house. It's going to get rowdy now.
Yeah, Phil's got a chip on his shoulder.
Phil's got a chip on his shoulder, so
he'd be spilling spoilers, man. He got a chip on his shoulder.
He single-handedly destroyed L's new stream podcast live stream. Alienated all the viewers in one go.
And then said, "Hey, it's my birthday."
Hey, it's his birthday. He can,
destroy careers. It's okay. My kids don't need to eat.
So, have the people been patient enough? Are we going to spin that wheel again soon, or?
I think we should. We're 1:15 midnight. Let's go for it. It's just gone up to 28 backers. We have passed the 200% mark now.
Okay, and what are we? What prize are we spinning for this time?
So we're going to spin for Pierre's slightly zombie version, which is quite stunning. So yeah, that's
Beautiful.
what we're going to push for.
Nice stuff. Good stuff. Love it. Love it. Go follow him on Instagram. He's a fun follow. He posts a lot. He draws a lot, so he's a good follow. Definitely putting out content on a regular basis. I believe he did a cover recently for a book called Lucky.
Oh yeah,
came out a little while ago.
You
I saw that.
You said to 29, right, Richard?
Sorry,
28.
28.
Okay, 28. Cool.
Yeah, he did. It was a really sweet cover. It was really cool. I don't know if I ruined it. I've just touched a little bit. Oh, actually, we'll do the draw.
All right, spin that wheel, Johnny.
You know what?
Low number draw. All right. Number 4.
Whoa.
Number 4. So let's see if they're in the chat or if they've got pseudonym that we can.
Number 4 is the lucky winner.
Yeah, number 4. I know Ivy Runner, but not in our chat. But I know Ivy Runner, so they'll be pleased with that. So let me mark that up. Number 4.
Number 4, the latest winner.
Number 4.
Cool.
That's so weird how the rules changed and now you have to be in chat to No, I'm just kidding.
Mel just wants us to spin it again so she can win something.
That's so weird.
So I don't know if hopefully I've not ruined it. I've actually put a bit of silver pen on the hair to try and make it.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh no,
Nice
and
little
one
touch.
of my favorite touches in the book too is like that. I don't know if I'm spoiling anything. Like the brunette look is bomb.
Yeah.
Bomb
I
as
think the good
hell.
thing is the page shows the brunette.
Mhm.
There is one of the A2 paintings from issue 6, which is drying.
Oh, obsessed. Her brunette is so
Ooh.
good on her.
Talking about, man. Hell yeah. The Betty
And that
Page.
one detail that makes her different, which when you scroll through the page, you'll see there's the brunette is available as figure 3.
So, in your painting, have you ever played around with some gold leaf, incorporating it in with your painting as your? Have you ever thought of doing that?
I mean, the tricky part is that I thought about it for. We do it for the covers. That some people do gold leaf. They choose the gold leaf cover, and some people get. You've seen it where we do like the like trading cards style things, where like that was an issue 3 trading card. We've covered 3 of these in gold leaf hand embellished, and then people get those at random. Bringing it into the art could be quite nice. I think the problem is how it catches the light.
Mm-hmm.
You've almost got to get a really good photograph as opposed to like a scan. I'd love to do that. It'd be beautiful.
And it's really cool how it's at random, but since you know I'm number 1. I haven't gotten a gold leaf yet.
Well, watch out, because Elle's nemesis, Jonathan.
J.E.
Yeah, he's out for blood, man. We're gonna have a duel to the death between him and Elle before the end of the show.
Number 8's gonna be rough. I'm gonna have to get a bot to like automatically back.
Yeah.
It's right. So when because I wish we like using technology. I think is always quite tricky, like for draws for me. So I always literally knock on my son's door. He's normally playing Xbox or PC, and he's in the middle of a big intense game. And I go, Luke, pick a number between 1 and 200, and he'll go. I go right now. Pick another one just in case that person no longer backs. Okay, right. I go away, and I'll come back like a couple of hours later. Luke, pick a number between, and it will be whatever it's got.
Okay, so we know who to blame. Luke, you're on the watch list.
although he's going to be going off to university in September, and he's going to another. This is where the UK gets really weird. He's going to another part of the country, which is technically another country, but it's not. He's going to Wales to study. And so I'm just going to have to call him up in the middle of his lessons. I know you're doing a really important lesson at the moment. I need you to pick a number between 1 and 200, please.
All right. So, Johnny, did you want to do our last video entry for Richard?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One
more. One more.
Hey, Richard, how's it going, man? It's Pat from Pop Scars. I just wanted to congratulate you on Blam Glam Kickstarter number 7. Dude, you're killing it with this book. Everyone online loves it. I love it. And I can't wait to collaborate more on other stuff in the future. Best of luck, man. I know you're going to get funded on day 1. All right. Peace.
I love Pat's stuff. Oh, it's so cool. I mean, Pat's helped me with so many things. Pat's amazing. Pat's book is amazing, and I even though I bought a couple off Kickstarter, I'd gone. Then when he started publishing them, I then rang up my local comic book shop and said, "You've got to get me these books." So they got me, and he went, and when they arrived, I picked them up, and he went, "Yeah, this is definitely your sort of book." I went, "Yes, it is." This but I was first talking to a couple of people about figures, and it was Pat who helped me find out, one of a couple of key people to work with. And then I don't know. Can we swear? Can I swear?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is where you go. Fuck yeah. Anyway, sorry.
I'm not gonna cuss, but like if you want to,
go ahead. Lost the light. I've had a light on.
I cuss all the time. So go ahead.
Oh wow, wait. Johnny doesn't cuss?
I do. I just.
Oh, I was about to say, have I just like projected onto you all this time?
No, I am a Mormon. Like, come on.
Oh, I forgot. So sorry.
I've reached out to to him a number of times on things, and one of them was he had an amazing CGI cover. Do you remember? For oh, my brain's not working. Oh, why is my brain not working?
It's getting late.
Huh?
It's getting late for you now.
But on his comic, there's a particular issue that has like it's like a CGI version of Pinky.
Okay.
Looking back at you, and that's by Robert Semelius. I'm going to say it wrong.
Yes.
Melon.
No.
3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's free. I've got it in a pile here because there are things I need to like. Yeah. So
Holly, we're going to do an episode on that book.
So Robert. So I've got mine right here as well. So Robert, it seems to be he does these really amazing back shots, right? I mean, this whole book is. If you haven't picked up this book, anyone on this chat, go and order it now. This book is phenomenal. It's an amazing package. Amazing story, and the art is off the chart. The art is cinematics, pure cinema. But the one for Pat's comic had a similar pose, but it was Pinky CGI. And Robert has just confirmed, and he's shown me, he's doing a cover for issue 8 of Blam Glam.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
It looks amazing. It looks so good.
So we're gonna get a back shot of Glam.
You're gonna get a back shot of Glam.
She's gotten a lot of front shots, but
even a lot of middle shots too when she's flipping. Yeah.
But what I love is and I know it's probably following the type, but when I saw the Pinky one, and when I saw that, when I saw the Carly cover, and I know Carly has a front shot on the other side, but the Carly cover and that, I think you just start to know who it's from. It's a bit like when you watch a Luc Besson film. You know the way they always start traveling over something, like it's through the stars for Fifth Element, through the sea for
Valerian.
But there's a signature, and I think that'd be amazing, so you can spot it at a glance. So he showed me today the render, and it looks amazing, and there'll be 2 variants of that. So
and even the art in that is like very like Aeon Flux-esque in Western.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Robert does a lot of movie posters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The movie posters, they're insane. They're so good. They're insanely good. Such an amazing artist. And I'm blown away that he wants to, that he's contributing on this. It's just so cool. He's so cool.
Just to reiterate for people that may have gotten in late, go back Richard's book. You want to drop the link, Johnny, so people can go to the Kickstarter, back the book.
It's already on it, boss.
Nice. Back the book. You get a backer number when you back the book, and with that backer number, your number gets thrown on the wheel, and we spin that wheel, and you win some prizes. And in case people weren't here when we explained it the first time, we have a big prize at the end. It's going to be one of the Blam and Glam action figures, and everyone's backer number gets thrown back in, and we're going to do a big draw at the end for that one big prize. So stay tuned. Once we get to that final prize, everyone gets a shot at the figure, because those are a very limited item, and we think it's just fair that everyone gets a fair crack at it for supporting Richard and backing his book.
Plus, they're so in demand. You know what I mean? It'd be messed up to.
Yeah.
And everybody gets a personalized video from Joe Pocket. A la, you remember that Christmas picture you sent? Was it a Christmas picture?
Damn, I don't know, man.
Semi-nude.
His Canadian pants.
the one I did for sex criminals.
Yeah. I don't know why in my head you're wearing like a Santa hat. That didn't happen, but
No,
Um,
I
but
think
it
I was
could.
wearing.
It
I think I was
could.
wearing glasses, and
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
even know
by
if I.
this, maybe by the time 8 drops, is that around Christmas time, the fall,
Mm. Yeah,
winter?
I could
Yeah.
just Photoshop a Christmas hat in, and then just use it as a
Yeah.
Christmas card,
Or just
and
retake it.
I'll just like
Mhm.
Photoshop sex criminals out and put, I don't know, like a Christmas Carol instead on it or something.
Yeah. And then Richard, you could tell him, draw me like one of your French girls, one of your glam girls.
That'll be my next appearance in volume 2. I'll be like that eccentric a rich guy that just walks around naked and always naked all the time and showing his shit off.
one of your British girls.
There was just something I was thinking of earlier is in issue 5, right? There's our fake Serge.
Yeah.
I love how you guys are so cool.
Well, you could just say me. It's okay. He's not here.
It's you.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping in, Serge. Always appreciated.
The issue 5 of Blam and Glam has a hidden QR code in the
I saw
pages,
that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people scanned it and went to a page and signed up to become part of the visitors. I'm going to get the wording wrong. The visitors. It's like a program where they you sign up to not be taken over by a demon by Turtwig Sleeveman. Right now, I think it's 5 people who put their names forward, so there's a surprise coming their way. I just haven't had a chance to send it out, which would be quite cool. But it's a way. I wanted a way like with Moon Knight, where they had those hidden QR codes you could do things with. But I wanted it this time. Instead of in Moon Knight, they had QR codes and it gave you some things about issues and bits about the story. I wanted it to be something in the comic that was connected to the comic. So it wasn't about, hey, here's something. It needed to be part of the story. So that's why in the government building, it's signing up for a government position. So, yeah, I need to send those out. I keep forgetting.
Hey, Johnny, do you have the House of Nerds exclusive variant in your pictures anywhere?
No, I do not.
No? Okay, I was just seeing as how Sergio popped in. I thought that'd be a good segue to show, because Richard did an exclusive cover for the House of Nerds after they did the, it was a kind of a reveal during the launch party that they did for issue 5, and he did a beautiful cover for the House of Nerds, which was pretty cool. Very nice cover.
Yeah, it was an unspoken homage to me, but I try not to take too much credit for where it's not due.
I thought I might have to say, I didn't.
Yeah, that's cool. So, like I was saying, backer numbers get put on the wheel. We're spinning for prizes. At the end for the figure, we're gonna have an action figure up for the big prize. We'll throw everyone's backer numbers back on the wheel and everyone will get a shot. So are we ready to spin the wheel again, or do you want to wait a little longer?
No, I think we could spin again. So we've got another piece of art to draw for, which is this one.
Okay, Leon.
Which is Paul Leon's work, which is amazing. Love Paul's work. Yeah, so this one we're going to draw for.
How many numbers are we at now?
We are at 34 backers.
Okay. 34 backers. So Johnny's going to set up the wheel, put it up to 34, then he's going to spin it. Is everyone annoyed with the monkey yet?
Yeah.
No, you're good to go.
I'll only be annoyed if I win with the monkey sound on.
All right, I'm going to keep going with the monkey.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go. Spin that wheel, Johnny boy.
$18.
18.
Alice Cooper, man. I'm 18. Yeah, man.
Yeah, number 18 is the winner, the lucky winner, number 18.
So I don't think they're in our chat, but that's still cool. They still win. I've
nice. Nice.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, man.
18. I've got to make a note of that. 18.
How long did it take to fund this time?
2
Did it take
minutes, I think,
2
right?
minutes.
2
Yeah.
minutes? 2 minutes flat. That's crazy. That's crazy. Good stuff.
It's perfect. It's deserved, in my opinion, man. Like, people finally got their minds right.
Yeah.
I'm just drawing
Oh,
the new.
Jonathan thinks the wheel is broken.
Mhm. I think the natural order was broken. He was supposed to be number 1, and I was supposed to be number 2.
I think it's broken too because Tara hasn't won yet, and Tara.
Oh yeah, don't say that. Don't speak that into existence. No shade, girl, but
It's true though.
she stays winning stuff.
She's a lotto stud, man. I swear to God.
Yeah. So, what are you working on there, Richard? Let's see what you got going on.
So this next one is a bit more minimalist, but I'm pulling in some cues from there was like a comic in a newspaper.
Guido Creepax says Valentina, right? That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, it's got that sort of feel to it. Modesty Blaze is one of the things I'm thinking of. Sort of. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just working up a big close up of the face at the moment.
And this is for a giveaway.
Yeah, of course.
That number 1 is going
I was like,
to
is
get?
this for number 1? He used to be like,
This is a
Jonathan's
number
like,
1.
hey, this is number 2, surely.
I love a good close up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you got to draw Glam eating a crunch wrap or something like that.
That's what fuels her. Crunch wraps.
The
only thing left in the dystopian world is Taco Bell. What's the movie? What is it? Judge Dredd. No, Demolition Man. Yeah.
Demolition Man. I love that. Film.
The only thing left.
The free shells.
I wouldn't be mad at it, to be honest.
Oh, I love Demolition Man. Yeah, we get to this whole thing, and Taco Bell is the only one to survive.
Should do like a one shot that just follows the story of the gun.
Yeah,
just follows the gun around, right? And from each person that's held it, like kind of the quick story about that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because that gun.
I was gonna say, you get what happens with the gun, don't you?
What happens with the gun?
Yeah, so that because then he says at the beginning, only one person, like the gun's broken, we can't get it to work properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it only works well for her, right?
Yeah, but do you know why it works for her?
Has something to do with that symbol on her.
No. Whenever, because Glam, especially towards the beginning, doesn't speak, and a lot of this is connected to a part L mentioned, which is every time she goes to sleep, right? So every time she goes to sleep, she starts to remember a little bit more.
Yeah,
right?
of her past.
It's almost like a baby, when they're remembering stuff. But whenever Blam changes gun mode, Glam does something before, and she doesn't say what she wants. She does a sound, and he reacts to the sound.
Okay.
And when you reread it, you'll see what they are.
Okay. Well, I definitely got like this vibes like the Judge Dredd gun, right?
Yeah.
Definitely like
I always loved that.
Incendiary rounds, or then it switches to whatever.
Yeah. Grenade.
Cool. Yeah, grenade. Boom. Yeah.
And also for a book that's just like outwardly just super just sexy and fun, it has a lot of touching moments in it, to be honest, especially dealing with identity and stuff like that. Like that was like really sweet moments in there, which I wasn't you don't really expect going into taped titty territory.
Yeah, which is I think part of the, because I always say Blam Glam is a Trojan horse, right? There's a story I want to tell about normal everyday people from all different backgrounds. And if I say that, people go, oh, there's loads of books like that, oh, it doesn't sound exciting. Whereas if I take you on a journey with something that, you go, right, grab your attention and then weave in that story, I think it helps get across the things I want to get across. Because, I've got lots of friends who have different identities and I want them to know that I see them and I respect everything they're doing. The particular moments with Benny and Monarch are quite cool in where they'll go next.
Okay.
So, but I can't drop more details about it. But I just know it's going to be interesting. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, that leads me to my favorite point. I love the back characters, like
Yeah.
the Freedom Fighters. I love Benny. I love Jet. What's the boss's name?
Bruni.
Is it Bruni or Bruni? Okay.
Yeah, and the train with the arms, man. Like, this book is just so fucking cool. Like, everything about it. Like, it reminds me of so many things that I love. Like we brought up Aeon Flux a lot. There's something I introduced Joe to recently. It's Tsutomu Nihei's manga Blam, which this kind of reminds me of. It's a very cyberpunk, very action oriented book. Not quite as sexy, but like I think there are some.
Depending on what you like, huh?
I think there's some taped up boobs in the book, so I mean.
So the character's named Benny and Jet, so that's obviously
He's had no relation. Wouldn't that be funny if it was just random? Because every time I read their names out of order and it would say like Jet and Benny, I said, come on.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, the interesting thing about all the characters' names is we still don't know whose names are nicknames, whose names are real.
Okay.
But they are purposely Benny and Jet. And I know the song is Jets, which is why I purposely have to say Jet. Which then leaves the question: was there more than one? But in terms of them, they've got an interesting relationship, especially because they know Bronny. And Bronny has ties into a certain place in London where the comic is, where that whole section, when they in issue 2 they take Glam to meet Bronny. And this isn't spoiling the story, this is just where it goes. So and the place was round the corner from where I used to work in Paddington, and Paddington has a whole big history, which is why the train's in there. But there's references to, it looks like a steam train, but there was a line in 6 where it says it's not quite what you expect, and so that's something that's going to come up a little bit later as well. But there's little bits of history in there purposefully. In fact, when you read 7, there's a big chunk of history coming. Right, it's all tied to what I've been establishing in 5 and 6 with the House of the Parliament. So there's a whole series of things coming up, which would be.
And Ivan, you didn't even have to say more. I'm like, already know you're evil. I just feel like I've never met a good Ivan. Have you guys ever came across a good Ivan?
Oh, oh yeah, Ivan. Yeah, Ivan Thompson. Ivan Thompson's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never. And you know what? Fun fact, you guys, don't tell Leah I told you this, but her middle name is Ivan. It's just Ivan with the E. So it's a little telling of. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I don't know if she's still in the chat, but she was earlier, so we might not have to tell her. She's probably hearing it as
I've
we
always
speak.
been so curious about that. Like, and like even like with her parents, I'm like, why did you guys pick that? And then, but I guess it's like a family thing. But I was always like so curious. Like when I first met her, I was like, what a villainous middle name, like a female version of Ivan. There's no good Ivans.
Richard, I have. Are you still surprising people from your commute by drawing them and? Because I remember
menacingly.
No, but I meant when we first had Richard on, he used to draw people, right?
Yeah.
Like on your commute, you used to draw people, and like the story was, one person kept showing up and sitting there expecting you to draw them, right? So
yeah, there was. I mean, to be honest, we spend less time on the trains now. So I go into London now like once or twice a week, So, and when I'm driving now on the train, I'm either sleeping because I'm tired from doing all the stuff at night.
Working on this, yeah.
That's so sad because they're still on the train showing up. He doesn't notice me. He doesn't notice me anymore.
It's when someone's sort of going.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking. He's looking.
And I'm like, reel you in. there was some great. I'm trying to find them on here. There was some great examples of those people. I mean, it's like this. This was the one that I was first talking about, which is Courier. She was sitting in a window where it said "We deliver."
Oh, that's lovely. I love that.
And I said, "Do you mind?" I said, "Here's,
the colors are great."
And I said, I paint digitally. I'm an artist on Instagram. Do you mind if I take a photo, paint you? I'll give you the image free to use and a beautiful G-clay print of it as well. And she said, yeah. And then a couple of weeks later, I saw her back on the wall, and I could say to her, "Here's the drawing," and then hand it to her. And then that one you mentioned is when I then went past on another week, and I said, "Hey, I've painted someone else who sat on this wall." He said, "Yeah, I've been waiting for you."
Yeah.
He's like, "I learned how to bicycle just to."
Yeah. But there's no one else. I still, the thing is that I get plenty of people asking about portraits. Normally it's about also not just portraits, but somebody will say, "My son needs a painting of his pets being done," and I'm like, "Not me." I paint people's, when people's pets pass away. I think try and give them if they're friends like Johnny. And yourselves, if you ever have a pet that dies, I'll probably say
I'll make one. Something with tentacles. My pet octopus died, and it's so weird that I was there.
It's a giant red dragon. Is that a problem? It's my favourite one. But I don't do commissions on those, on those things. It's more, a friend, and it's effective. I go, "Here you go," because those sorts of things are quite nice to do. It's just to pass over as a keepsake. But it's
how many? How many more prizes do we have left to give away, Richard? What do we have left for the people?
We've got two. We've got that one.
Yep.
And we've got this one, which Elle's hoping to get.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
let me go
And
back
then
from my burner account.
Let's grab that action figure and let people have a little gander at that again.
Yeah.
The big prize.
So
the big prize.
So the figure that can win is one of these figure twos, which is all beautifully. I mean, you can open this up and get to the figure. I just like to keep it protected. Let's look at it.
Which is nice that you can open it without. Beautiful.
And you offer? Are you offering custom painting on this one?
No, so this one's already been done. So this one's
in the Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah. So in the Kickstarter, there's a new figure which is figure 3. Which, if you scroll down the page,
it's the brunette in red. It's the figure you want,
Okay.
Al.
Okay.
Brunette in red. But if you scroll down the page, there's actually 2 versions. So yeah, if we share the page a sec, you'll be able to see.
Oh, snap.
I think it's about 2/3 that. It's in the add-on section, so you keep scrolling. And one is one's the standard painted version. The other one is the one where I do more details. And also I do more like blended skin tones. So I try and put a lot more detail into that, and then it will be numbered. So they're usually individually numbered, and then people want them signed as well. But they come in an acrylic case, like a really nice display case. They're really, they're really beautiful packages on those. They are more expensive, but you get more detail on it. The other ones are great because they look like Star Wars figures, so the details are like a traditional Kenner Palatoy sort of Star Wars style, whereas mine are more the extra details on it, you know, and it's finer, and then you get the graduated tones.
Sounds like Elle might have some explaining to do when the credit card bill comes in.
Look, because I took a little break from Kickstarter, I'm not going to lie, but honestly, the last couple months, I've been kind of going.
Yeah, you've been back in the saddle. I've seen you back a few things. Yeah.
So this is the first time I've done this now, which is to show a lot of the rewards in advance. There's a new feature in Kickstarter where you get the preview. So when you click on the rewards, you don't have to do previews for everything, but I've done like some I've been able to do. So on these ones, you'll see the existing figures, and I'm just trying to see on fulfillment to see what's gone out already, because in fulfillment it tells me what particular rewards have gone. So 2 people have bought the painted figure number 3 by me. So when they arrive, so that one above that's 100 is the standard one. This done here is the painted by me, which will have a little number on it at the top near Morgo Comics. The figure 3 standard, the figure 1 standard hasn't gone, and the figure 2. So yeah, some people have got them from before. So, you know, they may not be doing that. But if you scroll up a little bit and go to the rewards and talk about the paintings. So there's 2 rewards here. Actually, pause there a sec. So this one is the painted covers. So people will get the blank covers that have then got things on. This one example of like an A2 painting you've seen behind me. So that one below, but if you keep going down below again, so below that one that's like a painted example, and they don't get that painted, they get another. This one, that one that says 550, is the A2 oil painting, but that's a digital color rough of what that'll be, and that will be when it's done properly. So that's just a quick impression. When that's done properly as an oil painted full-blown image, I'm going to get that photographed high res, and then that becomes the artwork for the standard issue 8. And then the one below it is, and people can own that artwork, you know, they'll buy it, there's to keep.
So you'll send them an actual oil painting.
They'll get the actual oil painting that was used for the cover, and then the £600 one is the alternative one. That'll be the red issue 8 one. So they get that in advance of, you know, so when issue 8 comes out, everyone who buys those covers, that's the artwork for it, but they get that as the piece they own. No one else has it. Once these are gone, they're gone. And I think so the one's gone already. The red cover 8's gone already, and so's the standard cover gone. They're both gone already.
They're both gone. There you go.
So they've been snapped up already. And it was
Are
a great
you surprised?
suggestion.
I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, damn.
It's great that you're able to do a digital rough to show, and it gives people an idea of what it looks like. So, I mean, that's a selling point right there. People kind of get a sneak peek at what the final product roughly is going to look like once it's painted. So.
I mean, I've got to give a mention out. So Matthew Gray on the chat, who's been on this session. I think Matthew reached out and said, "Hey, have you ever considered?" And I went, "That's a great idea." So that's when I put that into action. So I think it's a really powerful idea that somebody gets the art that is used in the print. You know, I just love the idea that someone's got something somewhere around the globe is a physical piece of art that someone's
especially now with more and more people working digitally. Like, I mean, it's becoming a premium, right, for artists that actually do something that people can own, like original art, not just like a deluxe print, or because some people do make these numbered prints or like a really nice, you know. But it's really special to have something original that's drawn by hand with the medium directly on. Yeah.
Yes, and you know what? I think your is the only one where I ever considered getting murdered for spending that much money on something. It's so good, and oil is one of my favorite mediums. They're just so beautiful.
Well, I'll tell you what, Elle, you don't have to worry about getting murdered, because both those tiers have already been backed.
And you know
Someone's,
what?
they've been
Kudos to y'all because my finger was a little itchy there.
So you'll live to spend another day.
No, nothing Oswald about that. Nothing odd about that. But yeah, I truly, I loved oil. Is one of my favorite mediums, and that's one of the things that drew me to, Blam and Glam in the first place was the aesthetic.
So are we ready to spin that wheel again?
Yeah, let's spin the wheel. I'm just going to get you the figure. So
let's see. What are we at now?
So we are at. Oh, hang on. I've just managed this. We are at 40 backers. 40. Oh, 41. It just
40,
jumped up.
41 backers. All right. 41.
We're just under. We're £5 under 350% funded, which is just
whoa.
So let's show the people what this one is. What are we spinning for this time?
So we're going to spin for this piece with the silver hair. Let's see if it catches the light.
The live sketch, the first live sketch at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that baby.
So we are. Did we say we said 41? Didn't we?
Yeah, 41. 41. Johnny's setting it up. He's putting the numbers in. And just to repeat, I know I become annoying sometimes, but we'll for the final prize is the figure, and we'll throw everyone's number back in, and we'll give everyone a shot at the action figure at the end of the episode when we draw that big prize. All right, Johnny, you ready? Let's roll it. Oh,
15.
15.
Okay, bear with me 1 sec. Back a report. Here we go.
Number 15.
Number 15.
This is what we said last time, right? It's these mid-range numbers.
I don't think it's anyone on our chat. But if it is someone on our chat, just scream.
What's the name?
I don't think I can give out all the names. That's the problem.
Okay.
If it's like an alias, we're okay.
Yeah.
Because I use my real name, I think, on Kickstarter. So, like.
Oh, it's not you.
I wouldn't show up as Johnny because.
I can see. No, you're on as Johnny the Graphic Vandal.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Unless there is your middle name, and Graphic is one of those as well, which would be amazing.
You got to pick which one is the alias. You got to guess.
Yeah. All right.
Whose idea was that monkey sound, Tara? I think we all know. I think we all know.
This is not unlike the present that Elle sent me for Christmas a little while back.
But you know what? I don't see you ever putting that around your neck with the tail.
The little with the tail, yeah, with the curly tail.
So, hang on, I've got to write down that number. 14, wasn't it?
15.
15. 15.
15.
Yeah.
Sorry, 15.
Yeah, I'm writing them down
so
just
weird.
to be sure.
It was one.
Well, the next sketch will be maybe you'll get that one.
You know what? Maybe I will. I don't know how to rig Wheel of Names, so I can Google it.
That's
number one. Oh, it looks like Richard's done. He's got it in a bag, so that the second sketch is done.
So weird. Bagged and already numbered.
Numbered. Number 2, maybe. I know.
You know what's funny? If it lands on number 2, I swear I'm leaving. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hell, if you leave.
I know. I'm just competitive.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Monopoly with Elle.
You don't. You know, I've been with my husband for 14 years. I've never played a game with him. Never played a game because I already know what it is. Because the way I treat my daughter during Uno, like we would not be together. It's rough.
Divorces are too expensive for board games, right? That stay away from the board games.
Yeah.
You'll live a much.
No board games, video games. We just don't play together because it's just not going to work out. I am competitive over checkers. Like, don't try me.
Richard, on this book, number 7, how far along are you, and when do you expect roughly to start your fulfillment on it?
So it's fully written, bar when I'm drawing, I always make a couple of tweaks as I go. So it's fully written. Although there's one page which I need to tweak to bring in the being the comic, but it's actually quite a minor descriptor. It's still still a big page. So people who are in the comic and they're in those panels, they'll be nice and big. So it's just there's some other dialogue is happening. So that way I've got the motion. That's written. I'm starting to plan this week.
So you're still trying to convince Johnny to put on a red S&M outfit to be in the book for his next appearance.
Number 8.
That's not till winter. I'm not showing up till issue 8, dog. So yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's in 8, and it'll be quite a good, quite a cool cameo, I think.
Cameo, narrowing it down.
I like it, man.
Guesses.
Richard draws me in suits, man. I ain't worn a suit since prom, so yeah.
Damn.
So last summer, young and dapper.
Yeah, there's one.
And then it's gonna push out in November. So in December will be things like the all painted rewards, but in November should be everything shipping out. Although with these all painted, those 2 ones that we just done, I've got to get them done in advance anyway. So I still think they will ship in advance. It's just whether, because I'm gonna have to get them photographed before they're varnished, so that they don't reflect too much.
So how long ago was it that you put out issue 1? Because I jumped on with issue 2. So
so it was it?
That's a good question. When did I jump on?
I put it on the first 7 days of Blam and Glam. Because you did your art book before that, though.
Yeah, so the sketchbook was, it says the sketchbook was, I think it was May 2019 to June the 6th. That's when it finished, and then it was 2 years, almost
April,
2 years.
April 29th, 2021. It funded.
Yeah, so that was when.
Issue 1.
About 2 years later for issue 1. So yeah, so I think it's roughly 3 issues a year. This one, when I say a year, it's usually I go by tax years, so I don't go necessarily by like January to December. But it was so that's mad. We've been going 2.5 years.
When was the first issue you had on Pink Buzz?
Issue 3.
Yeah,
issue 3. Yeah,
that was for the issue 3 campaign. Yeah.
Yeah, it was issue 3. Because that was really cool. And then we did the launch L, didn't we, on House of Nerd with Serge?
For 5.
5, yeah. So it's just brilliant. I just it still doesn't feel like, because if you look at it, like, it was like May. It funded June the 6th, 2019 was when the sketchbook done. So that's roughly 4 years I've been doing this, and I did not know it would explode like this. I did not know it. I could turn it into the comic book yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I started with issue 4. I see what it was. I wasn't really big on Kickstarter prior to number 4, and so then when I saw the show, that's when because I've really only been active on Kickstarter like that since Pink Buzz. So to be honest, I wasn't familiar with the comic space on there.
I remember I was on Kickstarter. I saw issue 1 and 2 Kickstarter campaign. I was just like, man, this looks so cool, but like I know to get both the issues, the catch-up issue, I'm gonna have to pay like $30-$40 for this thing. I go on, he wants I think it was $12 or $14 for both the issues. I was like, dude, this guy knows how to hook some fucking readers, you know what I mean? Like, this guy, I was hooked right away, man. And then the books came like that, and I was able to kick him to Joe, and like I was like, dude, we got to have this guy on. Like this is the type of
I had seen Richard's work on social media a lot. Like I saw a lot of posts you were posting on Twitter, like a lot of Blam and Glam, like what you were working on. I was like, what the hell is this? Like it looked interesting and stuff. And then Johnny's like, man, I just backed this. Then I was like, oh yeah, I've seen Richard posting this Richard guy posting a lot of stuff on Twitter about this. And he's like, yeah, it's a Kickstarter. And then your issue number 3 campaign started. And then Johnny reached out to you to have you come on the show. And man, it was a blast having you on that time, and haven't looked back ever since.
I mean, it's been brilliant. That question there from Jonathan. Jonathan, do you mean the oil painting behind me, or do you mean the one that's going to be used for the covers? That might take a while to reply, so we just keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. I was wondering, are you entertaining the idea of doing a hardback collected edition?
Yeah. So what I want to do, and I've been trying to get prices for it. I'm not happy with the prices at the moment because they're astronomical. But I want to do, because I love trades. I want to do a trade paperback collection once issue 8's done. Then one of the next Kickstarters is a trade paperback and or a hardback. So it will be a hardback collection. Really beautiful format, a really nice format for a trade paperback. I'm trying to get an oversized one done. I'm trying to get an A3 size. So you know the size of that print you've got, Joe. All three of you have. If they were roughly that size, it would be amazing because the artwork is actually done at 600 DPI, so it would go up to that and still look quite beautiful.
Especially
but it's
with
very
the splash pages, that would be gorgeous.
Yeah, can you imagine like just that opening up? Would be mad, but at the moment I'm trying to find a good supplier who can do that affordable, and at the moment it's very expensive. But there will at least be a hardback version and a trade paperback version. I'm just trying to see if the best one I can get. Do you know what I mean?
And just to plant a seed, it's way in the future, but you're going to do volume 2, right? And once that's done, you're probably going to give it the same treatment as the first part. So you're going to do a hardback. A nice little stretch goal or a tier would be the hardback with a slipcase that it'll come with a slipcase, and you could put the 1 and 2 inside a slipcase. That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be cool, actually. Yeah. I like that. And then
that could be like an extra little bonus thing that people could spend their money on, like hell.
Look, I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better person.
Not a better person, a more responsible person fiscally.
You know what? I've been spending my money on Kickstarters lately. I haven't, because my pause. I've paused it. My pull? Did I say that backwards? I don't know. But I've definitely slowed down on buying. I'm definitely buying more digital right now.
I pulled it.
But Kickstarters, I'm not gonna lie, I've been going a little ham lately. But
this is the sort of thing I'd love to do. And I've told you guys already, I'm a big Jim Lee fan. Mm-hmm. Especially from the X-Men days. And this format is stunning. It even comes in a double rigid box. It's like, that's the sort of things. I'd love it to be shipped out beautifully, but that edition, is stunning. That's what I'd love to have. So that everything is that big when you're going through it. It'd just be beautiful. I mean that's all black and white, but can you imagine the color versions of Blam Glam on that sort of format? Would just be insane.
Gorgeous.
I'm just trying to find the right way to print that, who to print it with, and get that beautiful format.
All right, Johnny. Let's put the link back up one more time. Give people that are popping in and out or coming in late. Johnny's going to pop in the link for the Kickstarter campaign because we're getting down to, I think, the last 2 prizes. We have one more sketch that Richard did live, and then we'll have the big prize, the figure. So if you want to have a chance to get in on that and win, click the link, back the book, and your backer number will go on the wheel, and you'll have a chance at that. So yeah. So are we ready to spin that wheel for the second sketch?
For my sketch, like I'm beating L for this sketch.
Low money. Come on, low money here. Come on.
So
What
the
number are you, Johnny?
live stream sketch number 2 is next up on the block. How many backers do we have at the moment, Richard?
So we are at 43.
43 backers. So Johnny's going to set that wheel up, and we'll see who the lucky winner is. We'll see
You know
if
what?
we
1 or 12. I can convince Saint to send it to me. 1
1
or
or
12.
12. So we'll see if L walks out on this live stream or not. If number 2 comes out, L's
I'm done.
She's
I'm done with
She's
comics. I'm done with everything.
She quits it
I'll
all.
delete my Twitter.
Disappears.
So 43, right, Richard?
43, yes.
43,
43. Yeah. L becomes a ghost. All right, let's spin that wheel, Johnny.
Oh, 32. Okay, who's that?
32. Lucky number 32 is the winner.
So
all right.
So that's again, there's someone I know, but I don't think on this chat.
Okay. As long as there's nobody in the chats, I'm okay with that. Player hater of the year.
I wonder.
So hang on, so 32, yeah?
32, yeah, number 32.
Brilliant.
And
So
you
then,
know,
yeah,
you can
at
keep pulling
any
these
point-
numbers, but I'm always going to be number 1 for this, guys. So.
So the next prize is going to be the figure. Let's show them that figure one more time. Johnny just posted the link before. So we'll give you guys a few minutes if anyone sees this and they're like, "Oh my god, I need this. I need this in my life." You have you're still going to have a few more minutes to go back the book to get a number on the wheel for a chance to win. So we're up to 43 backers now, so we'll give people a few more minutes. And like I said before, everyone's backer number goes back on the wheel. So, you know, if you're really lucky, maybe you'll be a double winner. But yeah.
Let's not hope for that.
Hey.
Let's hope for the lower numbers.
Like, Tara's so lucky that she'll win this time, and for some weird reason, she'll win something else at the same time.
She wins the show. Pink Buzz is hers now. Is that what you guys are putting up?
Well, there might be a little something about that later.
The whole show is yours.
Yeah, she could. Oh man, I just thought of something mean, but I'll save it for when we're off air.
Hold on, I just hit end stream. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay, so we're giving all you people a chance to back the book.
You people, come on, Joe.
You people.
You
yeah.
What do you mean by you people, Joe?
And then he plays the monkey sounds.
I didn't say it, so don't come at me. Fuck. It's L. It's all L. It's go after her on socials. I had nothing to do with it.
At Not Exactly Legit, which will be deactivated soon since I haven't won.
Yeah. Yeah. So Richard, man, as we're wrapping up, getting close to wrapping up, we're not wrapping up yet because we still have a big prize and everything. I just wanted to say thanks to you for coming back to the show. It's been long overdue. Johnny and I have been talking about having you back on, but you know, things like we took a hiatus and a lot of stuff just didn't line up properly. But so happy to have you back. It's been great. Always a pleasure. I want to thank all the creators that sent us in videos to congratulate Richard on a very successful Kickstarter run with Blam and Glam. Thank you very much for those videos. Much appreciated. And I think we might even got a tear coming out of the corner of Richard's eye. So it looks like he appreciated it a lot too. So thank you to all those creators who sent those videos in. We really appreciate it. And yeah.
I'd love that if that's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, he said, I like his style. I like Jonathan. I'm warming up to him more and more with each comment.
Listen, when number 8 drops, if he beats me at number 1, I will personally make him his own figure. I have some modeling clay.
Some Play-Doh that your kids aren't using anymore.
Well, no, my oldest, she's like an artiste, so she definitely has modeling clay I could steal.
Yeah, pretty good too.
He posted the interpretation of,
That's how you get started.
He posted some of her stuff, and I was impressed. She's really good.
Yeah, Richard, you have any of your sculptures? Richard's a goddamn Renaissance man, dude. He can paint, he can draw, he makes video
That's
games.
True, yeah.
He sculpts like a mofo too.
I mean, I haven't had this one was the last big one I did.
Is that
which was from Death Stranding. Unfortunately, the battery doesn't work anymore, which would illuminate the baby.
I love that, yeah.
I
think we spoke on that last time too. That I have a BB myself. I do. I got the collector's edition when it first came out, so I have the BB.
Yeah.
He's my sweet angel baby. My kids all know he's my favorite child. And it's so cool because it came with like the briefcase and like the tape, the caution tape and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I display it like it's my personal life accomplishment.
It's amazing. I mean, I've got it over there. It's all in the box. Really, I'd love to get it around often. Did you completed the game, didn't you?
Yeah, and then I just when it dropped the upgrade, the PS5 upgrade, I bought that. So I've been going through that slowly.
See, I need to do that because I've still only got the PS4, so I need to get the PS5 to do the director's cut. And then they've already started showing 2. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I can't. And I say my husband used to work at Konami back when Kojima was still affiliated, so I'm a big fan of anything Kojima.
Shout out to Spanky dropping into the chats. How's it going, Matt?
This is still
very cool.
In my collection, it's still the Japanese box set for Snake Eater. It's just, hang on, I'm just going to open it up. It's just phenomenal. This is why I get excited about packages and stuff. Like in there is the machine you fight.
Yeah.
You think it's a model kit, but it's actually made. It's actually complete. It's amazing. But it looks like a Russian model kit. I'm just so good.
And see, I don't mind when it's like game collector's editions. I don't mind dropping less than 300. I'll say, because some of the ones out right now are wild on the prices. But under 300, and I feel like it's worth it. That's outside of comics. That's definitely something we collect. Our collector's editions of games.
I've bought a couple. I bought the Persona 5. The Royale one.
Yeah.
And I bought the Metroid metal case with all the Metroid Prime games together when it came out on the Wii. I also purchased that one a little while.
One of my favorites is the Hitman when they redid it, and the newer one came with the actual tie. That was very cool. And then the statue of him sitting with his legs crossed. We had that on display for a while, and then you have to explain to your kids, okay, don't be like him. Or be like him. Or be like him. I don't know. The moral compass on that is kind of skewered, so.
Was it because his legs were crossed that you didn't want your kids to be like him, or
Is it because of what?
His legs were crossed?
No. Just being a hitman in general.
Oh, okay.
No. I love 47. Let's not get it twisted. I even like the movie, and I just learned how to say his name.
I like the first movie.
What's his name?
Oliphant.
Yeah. Oliphant. Yeah, because I always said his name wrong.
The second movie, Hitman 47, was terrible.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know that guy, but the Oliphant one, absolutely.
All right. So I just want to be sure we're not forgetting anything. The action figure is the only thing left to draw, right?
Yep.
Richard? Okay. So
This last one.
we'll be drawing that momentarily in a few, in a couple of minutes. Yeah. You want to check the backer number, Richard? We'll see what we're at, and Johnny could set up that wheel.
Yep. Just checking now. We're up
So
to
the big prize.
the big prize. We're currently up to backer number 45, and we're at 420% funded.
So 45.
420, hashtag blaze it.
45
Kidding, I don't
backers.
smoke.
Oh, 46. Sorry, it jumps up again.
46. Okay. So like I said, everyone's number gets back in the wheel. So Johnny, let's not forget to put everyone's number back in. And we'll spin that momentarily. Anything you want to shout out, Richard, before we do the big prize?
I think just phenomenal backing from everyone. I don't just mean on Kickstarter, I mean on Twitter, on these channels, on Instagram. Everyone's just so supportive. And it's such a cool community. You know, other creators, Adrian, Pat, you know, Matt King, you know, it's just everyone is behind each other. It's just the best thing ever. Everyone, you know, the people who approach things like this and think it's a competition. So they got it wrong. The more you share with other people, the more your stuff gets around. So it's just phenomenal the support they've got. So thank you for, you know, for channels like this and House of Nerd. It's just fantastic, you know. Just so many cool people.
And you make it very easy to back you. So I will say that you're a lovely person, and I'm happy that
thank you.
We crossed paths.
You know the way you said Hitman 47?
Mm-hmm.
It just went to backer number 47. Should we go for that?
Uh-oh. No, keep him off. Keep him off. Not him sniping the competition.
Yeah. So, Johnny, are we ready?
And whenever you are, boss.
All right. You ready? Let's do the last one. The last time you're going to hear the monkey. Let's
well, for
roll
you
that
guys,
wheel.
I'm sure he'll send it to us in front. No, I'm just kidding.
Here we go.
$31.
31. Backer number 31.
Backer number
Nice.
31.
Cool.
Is
So
somebody I've never heard of.
Well,
right, 31.
Hopefully their day is made by when that comes in the mail, because like that's like shitting a kitten territory, in my opinion. I would if I had.
I didn't know what it is.
So once again, Richard, thank you again for coming on. It was our pleasure to host this for you tonight. When you asked, Johnny was like right away, yeah, hell yeah, we're doing it. So, man, it was our pleasure. Had a great time. Always fun to have you on. Anytime you want to come back on the show, just drop us a line, man, and we'll have you on with open arms. And yeah, really looking forward to issue 7, reading that. And can't wait to see Johnny in the S&M outfit in issue 8. So I mean,
with the white panties.
Yeah.
I would be wearing white because of how chaste.
I think Johnny's going to be disappointed
because of how chaste you are.
I was going to say, you know, we need to get cool reference shots, don't you, Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny, you need to do a couple splits in the air so we can get that mid-air flip.
I'm a huge Van Damme fan. I've been practicing that since I was 8. You know, cyborg. I've been doing the
every 80s kid was a every 90s kid was a Van Damme fan.
Richard's like, please, an adult picture, not a child picture of you and your whitey whitey.
Yeah, she's like, why you got pictures like this?
I'll post that on my ninja weapons too. Like,
hey, so also thank you to everyone in the chats for coming in, hanging out. It was a blast. Jonathan's L's
You
nemesis.
mean number 2?
Yeah, number 2. Number 2 was in the chats,
Mhm.
chopping it up. It was great, man. Tara, Spanky for stopping in at the end. Dirty Saint. Your brother was in here too.
Actually,
Two.
both of them,
Oh, were
Matthew
they?
and
Oh,
Two
okay,
Stone. Yeah.
Matthew. Man, thank you to everyone in the chats. I'm forgetting people, but you know,
Evan Hertz Research, Music and Sound, Randy Haney, Tara. Let's see.
yeah,
We had
yeah.
we had Sergio, we had Phil, we had Matthew Gray, who
Yeah.
is buddies with Richard. It was good to have
Philly Phil was
Yeah.
in the chats.
Craig Patton, the legend, Mr. Clean
Yes,
himself, was up in here.
yes.
Yeah,
So,
Craig
man,
was there. Wow.
yeah. Sam
Thank
Johnson.
you so much for this.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone, man, for making this a fun night. We always appreciate it when you guys stop in. Thank you to Elle for coming on the show and celebrating this with us, and you know, giving our 2 characters, helping to give our 2 characters a send off. So that was fun, and as
you know,
always,
as number 1, it's no problem. No problem.
and you know, as always, Johnny, you know, partner in crime. Couldn't do the show without Johnny. So, man, thanks to everyone.
Right on.
Are we still live?